always from the bed, and that represents my Cancer moon. A lot of moon in my chart, a lot of water. I'm always in my comfort zone. But today, what we're talking about is the most sexual signs, and I know this due to my placements too. Numbers got something to do with this too. Like for example, uh, number number 9 and number 6. Number 9 is the most sexual number, and also number 6. So this is very powerful. What we discussing today, because sexual energy can be transmuted into spiritual energy, and it could be used to help manifest things. Like, and you use your vision and creativity when we talk about sexual energy. So this is why 6 and 9 is the most sexual numbers. I got number 9, very powerful. So when we talking about like the most sexual planets, we talking about like Mars, and we talking about Venus, and we talking about Pluto. Pluto is powerful because Pluto is a intense force, very intense. It's emotional, so it's very intense. Pluto is very intense. So these people here always have it in their vein and crave it. And it's like a need. The same thing with Mars. Mars have it in their veins and crave it and need sex. But Venus is more, they love pleasure, so they feel the same effect. So they always dream about love, and this what makes them feel in tune when they use the imagination. And Neptune could play a part of this too, so I must add that on. So we talking about like the number 6 and 9, sevens could also be a part of this. But the most is we talking about Venus, Mars, and Pluto, who use their vision and imagine all the time and visualize all the time. See, Mars got a crave for it. They got a need for it. Mars, they just get to it. So relationship won't work without sex when you talk about people who have a lot of Mars placements. And those who have a lot of Pluto, like Sun conjunction Pluto, um, Sun trine Pluto, especially Sun conjunction. Them conjunctions are very powerful. A Sun conjunction on Mars, a Moon conjunction Mars, or like Moon conjunction Pluto, or Venus, Moon conjunction Venus, or Sun conjunction Venus, stuff like that. They're very powerful placements. So if you have these placements, I can understand your needs, especially if you got like the Sun in the house of Libra, the Sun in the house of Taurus, the Sun in the house of Aries or Scorpio. Is very powerful. Same thing if you got the Sun, if you got the Moon in them houses also. We got the Moon in the second house, you got the Moon in the seventh house, the eighth house, and the first house. It's very powerful. Very powerful. So I understand you deeply. Also, Neptune could be part of it too, you know. Neptune could be very dreamy, and they deal with like energy, spiritual energy, the way it flows. So it could be transmuted into love. So we talking about conscious sex, like awareness, you know. They could be transmuted and help you manifest your needs. Some people use it as rituals and stuff like that. Cause blood, you're talking about energy, you're talking about blood. And some people like to cut animals and stuff. Mm-mm. So people who got this high vibrational sexual energy, how they manifest is through masturbation and having sex. So it's part of their vibration. So these people will always be thriving with that. So it won't the relationship won't work if they can't find a partner who can fulfill their needs, especially on Mars and Pluto, because it's very intense and powerful energy. So these people are very sexy, especially Mars and Pluto got a very magnetic force. Pluto very strong. It's because it's more internal with Pluto. So and that's why you get a lot of people with Pluto energy. They be rapists and stuff. They be rapists and child molesters and stuff like that with Pluto energy. So just think about it, how powerful it is. Also, those have like the Venus connection, like Venus square Pluto, child molestation, and rapers. So is Mars square or opposing Pluto, same thing. So people who be raping children or raping women and all that stuff there. or woman raping a man, same thing. So it's very strong. I bring awareness to y'all, beautiful people, with this type of energy is very powerful. So you got to learn how to channel it. You got to learn how to calm it down because high vibrational energy, and why your energy is always flowing, and you use it in a spiritual way. That way you can use it for creativity, use it for arts. Because these people are super creative. Because this energy we're dealing with at the end of the day, it's hormones, the way it flow. So you use it for creativity, movie, visualization, the films, you put it into your works. So it's very powerful. This how you do it with this energy. So me myself, I got Sun conjunction Pluto, but I also got like some charts I got Mars conjunction Venus, but also Venus sextile Mars. I got that too, so you can feel me right there. So those who has these placements, they can feel the effect. So these people definitely have sex some type of way. Someone will masturbate. So this how it is. So with these placements, they'll do anything to get off. But these also could be like people who be, like I say, child pedophilia, child molesters, and stuff like that. So it's very sad on the downside, especially if they got squares and oppositions, like Mars square Pluto or Mars square Venus, because it's like no love ain't shown in the hood, not in the hood, but in the household, no love shown in their life and stuff like that. There, because they got Mars square Venus. If you got Mars square Venus, so you can be better off than I could sexually if you don't control it, or you might don't want it. But so that's how that work with that placement. You know what I'm saying? Or you could like, there's no love shown. You feel that there's no love shown. And so you're trying to find love, always seeking for love. So you can find it some way. You don't feel attached to your mates like that. So you're trying to learn about love and master this placement because squares are opposition, so it's a hard time right here. You got Mars and Sagittarius in the fourth house. So your emotions is just very aggressive right here because it's like, so like what I got Mars and Cancer. So it's a ticking time bomb. It's Mars in the fourth house. Only when you connect with people emotionally, that's when you feel sexually attracted to them, or you feel comfort. So it'd be hard for you to give up the nookie or have sex with people. So I see Mars and Sagittarius. That's very aggressive energy because Mars already Jupiter. So if it expands, it's a big vibrational energy right here. Big personality, big complex, think big type of energy. You got Mars and Virgo. Okay, so this makes you more Mercury bound, more thinker. Your brain is on fire. You got to calm your nerves. Meditation will do with you. So this makes you more sexual because it's Mars in Virgo. And Virgo already earthly, so Virgo already got the Mercury effect. So this makes you think about sex a lot. And you definitely, since Virgo is a type that can be isolate themselves due to how picky they is, they're careful, these people will masturbate and everything all the time. They will get off some way, but they freaky on the low. And this spice you up because you got Mars and Virgo right here. So you got Jupiter and Aries. Jupiter and Aries. Oh, that's very powerful. You definitely got the drive for that. For sex. Heart. Then you got it in the eighth house. Mm-mm-mm. They play a big part of your vibration unless you got squares of oppositions against this. Um, Saturn and Aries give you the discipline. They give you the discipline, but you feel it within and you be more professional the way you do things, but you still feel the effects because it's earthly, it's internal. Like you feel it within your body, sexually. So some people, like with Sun conjunction Pluto, or Sun in the eighth house, or Pluto in the fifth house. I got Pluto in the fifth house with the Sun house. Also, get off naturally, have an orgasm naturally, or masturbate naturally. Yeah. So also you got Mars in the eighth house, or Mars in any house of Venus, the second house or the seventh house, they get off natural orgasm. Like just by thinking highly of someone, they get off. Me, I had got off one time by a woman having kind words, and we don't even go together, but I felt so good, and me as a man let loose. So that's just how it is when people got Mars or Pluto. Actually, I got Sun conjunction Pluto, and I got Pluto in the fifth house, in the Sun house. So mine's Mark is part of who I am, and plus Venus sextile Mars. So these are most sexual signs. So, you got Pluto in the first house. Okay, I see Pluto in the first house. Very strong vibration, intense, very intense. So, of course, they be the master of sex, because it's part of them, but part of yourself. Pluto dealing with the self. So you transform many ways. So you would have knowledge, all knowledge about sex, and know how to pull a charm a person easily without even trying. Because Pluto is a strong vibration and magnetic. So you charming a woman, or a woman. It don't matter if a man got this placement, he would charm women or anybody. So is a woman. She would charm men. She'd be sexy. This sexy placement, because it's Pluto. Pluto very powerful, very powerful. So when you got like squares of oppositions, then that can be a struggle with this type of energy, with sexual energy, or getting to know yourself, have low self-esteem, make you do things outrageous that have the darkest fantasies and go crazy with it, in your mind. So a lot of people with the Venus, the Mars, the Pluto, a lot of this in their chart, they be the ones on your porn, looking at porn a lot and stuff like that, and making porn and stuff like that, their videos. So just check out the chart. It's very important. And also, like with the sun connection to it, the moon connection to it, the sun connection to Venus, Mars, or Pluto, the moon connection to Venus, Mars, or Pluto, is a very powerful placement. So this how it operates. And Mercury connected to these signs, like Mercury connected to Venus. So because the sun, this awareness of who you are. So if you want to be the best that they are with this, you know what I mean? So sexually, this how they manifest, because it's sexual vibration. So you see these people, you can't give your energy to anybody. A lot of people who have vibration with sexual energy, they give their energy to anybody. So this is why they lose. They go through it, because you got to understand it's a life force you're giving somebody. And we give somebody that life force, they're going to feel the effects of that life force. And this could drive them crazy and drive you crazy. And yet you could be very attached. The person get attached to you, because when you go in their wound, or a woman feel it in their wound, they be attached. Man or woman be attached to each other. So when you get somebody who toxic your energy, this can bring a lot of problems in your life. So if you mess with a person who's a good person, a good friend, who clean, you'll be pretty good. And usually in a spiritual way, you'll be pretty good if it's spiritual. It got to be divine, always divine when you have sex. So just how you win. You think of divine, you visualize it, that spirit or God or spirit is with you, whatever you use, universe or nature's with you. And this how you utilize your powers. And this, you see magic happen all the time for those that just have vibrational energy, whatever they think. Well, I visualize I want to open a store. Why are you doing that? I visualize this and that. I visualize this and that. While you having sex, you'll see it work. Because this is like magical vibration. This is transmuting of energy. You know what's in the sperm cells? It's a life. The kids, them kids. This is energy transmuting it. You know what I'm saying? Transforming it. Into your manifestation, putting it to your imagination, the object of the shape in your mind of the object that's in your mind, part of your imagination. So you're putting the energy there. You already got the shape and the vision in your mind, so you're already putting it into that shape until you manifest it. Hey, Tamika Bell. Yeah, but this is sexual energy. So those who are the most sexual is those who have a lot of Venus. It could be you could be a Libra. A Libra itself gonna have a lot sun, a moon, or rising. Same as the Taurus, moon, sun, and rising. So is a Scorpio, and so is you can be a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. So is a Aries, sun, moon, or rising. So this gonna be very sexual. A Leo got the potential too. You know what I'm saying? So this is energy. It's the fun house, it's casual sex house. So The sun, I gotta add the sun in there because the sun is very powerful vibration. So it give light to things, give life to things. So it's very important because things grow and things shine. Like you need light. So this is very powerful right here. So the sun is very powerful. And some would say it's the most powerful out of all signs. And I say, well, yes, and maybe no, because the moon is just as powerful. Moon is just more internal, and so is the rising just as powerful. So it's really the combination you have, like what you got a lot of in your chart, that really makes you. Because if you got a lot of, like I got a lot of water, water can overtake that. You can see my emotions. So people with water will talk like they got water coming out their mouth, like the way I talk, like in the flow, like water, smooth, or So if you got a lot of fire, you know what I'm saying, you might overtake your Pisces sun sign. So if your sun sign is important, but it ain't gonna be your all. So it's gonna be whatever you got a lot of in your chart. All plays a part. You're gonna see each and every last sign somewhere in your life. You're gonna see your moon sign all the time and everything else. So with that being said, if you got a Aries moon, especially you got a combination that's very strong, like you got a Libra sun, like a Libra sun, for example, and you got an Aries moon, this means that your sexual peak will be very high, very high. Internally, you got it in you, that fire, because it's got Aries energy internal. And then Venus on the forefront, all about love, so about pleasures. So it's very strong. Okay, same as with Aries sun and the Taurus moon, same combination. So if you got squares of opposition to that, you can see why you have a hard time with this energy, with the sexual energy, because you got squares in opposition that opposing that. So you have a hard time. Say moon sextile Venus, yes, yes, that's very sex. But then very sexual. But then you got Venus sextile Saturn. So they give you the discipline right there. Discipline love, but also the reliable love, the dedication love. When you got Saturn, Saturn make you more trustworthy, more reliable because it's sextile. So this your potential, you know. Then you got Venus sextile Uranus, so the way you love gonna be different. The way you love gonna be different. So uniqueness would mean you mess with people who are have an odd combination, and so this also could deals like with the Venus sextile Uranus, especially you got Venus conjunction Uranus. So these people can be homosexuals and stuff like that. Not saying you are, but when you're dealing with Uranus, this deal people mess with all type of people. So is Jupiter combination. They mess with people, especially when they got squares of oppositions to their Jupiter and Venus squares of opposition. Same thing with Uranus squares of opposition. You see a lot of homosexuals with this type of placement when we look in the chart because it's squares of opposition. It's a hard time. It's opposing. It's the opposite. So they go through a lot. So say Venus conjunction Pluto, yeah, that's a very powerful placement there. Makes you very sexual, active, and love is your power. Sex is your power. The woman's be whipped. If you're a man, the woman's be whipped. If you're a woman, the men be whipped. They be hypnotized. We all exchange that energy. We all collaborate. So it's very powerful energy right here. It's a very powerful energy. Pluto in the 12th house, that's Neptune. It's Neptune. So yours, when you have sex, it will be spiritual sometimes. Very spiritual to you. And when you have that, it's very sacred. So you might be careful who you mess with because it's sacred or spiritual. Let me see. Venus, yeah, and Scorpio, that's very powerful, very sexual energy. These people would dress sexy and everything. Venus and Scorpio, they would give you that look because that's very powerful. Love is power. Mars and Libra, very, oh, girl, you sexy, active right there. So Venus is more the calm version of it, but they can be aggressive too. Mars is more aggressive, like hard sex, like quick sex. So is Pluto. But Venus is more like the cool, calm. They just love it. All love it, but in their different ways. Say Mars conjunction Pluto, very powerful, magnetic. So you feel that energy within yourself all the time when you got Mars conjunction Pluto. You know what I'm saying? You feel the sexual energy and you feel sensual. You always, a lot of people like to rub on themselves and feel on themselves, their legs, their knees, their breasts, if they're women, the men, their penis, and stuff like that there. So if you're a man, you're gonna be sexual, you're gonna feel all over your chest, your body, or get off, you know. You got to get off some way where you feel. This is very powerful vibration because this is magic. Really, see, people don't know how powerful it is. I've seen videos on YouTube where dudes say that masturbation and jacking is bad for you, but it's not because it's how you do it, and if it's part of your vibration, it's part of you. You always have plenty more. That's why those who got Mars and Pluto and Venus is very powerful vibration. They will always have more and more. They manifest through. It's magical, especially Pluto people, they break the taboos of things. So we know. Use it to manifest. You put pictures up while you're doing it. You vision what you want while you're doing it. Manifest. Um, you'll see it work. I'm very disciplined with my sexual energy. Can't give it to anyone. They go crazy and stalk me. I know, right? Say this message here for view message. I don't know who message that is, but anyway, I told you this computer do things by itself. Yeah, you can't give it to anybody because they go crazy and stalk you. Yeah, this whole thing is educational purpose. Explaining when we talking about the most sexual energy is educational. So I'm letting you know if you see people a lot of Venus, Mars, and Pluto, Neptune part of it too. You know what I mean? So I call Neptune like a co-planet because it ain't necessary sexual, but it can be because it visualizes a lot and it deals with mastering the energy centers. Vortex is spiritual, so it deals with energy too. So Neptune is another thing, and I would also add the sun, because the sun is energy itself. So we got to add that on too. But when we talking about sexual energy though, uh, with Neptune people, it's all about the feet. They have feet fetishes and stuff like that. Sexual energy. So they got Sun or Mars conjunction to the sun, or Pluto conjunction to the sun, a sextile, or trine, something like that there, or Venus, then they love the feet a lot. Sexy feet turn them on, stuff like that there. And they like to be dreamy, visualize. So they get a partner who like dreamy, just be, ooh, they'll be in love, both of them. Or you get a partner who can understand their imaginative state, role playing, and stuff like that there. So those who have a lot of Neptune like the role play, cause like the imagine and they dreamy, and those who have a lot of water, like the moon also could be, you know what I'm saying, depends on if it got something to back it up. It could too. So they be very dreamy, like water signs, especially like Pluto, very dreamy, role playing in their mind, you know what I'm saying, both. So if it's like people got a lot of Pluto, especially women, they want you to bang them hard. They say, come on, daddy. Come on, daddy. They want you to bang them hard. So that's the women's. The men who had this placement, they like to bang hard. They like to give it to a woman. So, or Mars. Mars is another one. Venus people, they like it romance. They like it slow. They like romance it and a long, slow, good drive and stuff like that. They dreamy too. So like Neptune and Venus people like to role play too. They can be more submissive. I've seen a lot of Virgos kind of submissive. Virgo moon. I'm a Virgo moon, and I know my girl is a Virgo moon. Virgo moons are more submissive. So that being said, so these people are undercover freaks. Mercury can sometimes be that. It depends on what else you got in your chart. See, I'm a Libra, so of course, Sun and plus a lot of I got Sun conjunction Pluto. That prove it by itself because it's connected to my Libra automatically. And plus Mercury conjunction Pluto, and plus my Venus sextile Mars. Come on, I got a lot going on here. And I got my Mars in the second house. I got a lot going on here. In the Venus house, my Mars, I got a lot going on here. That's why I have a high sex peak. I got to feel the need to get off because it's high sexual vibration. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not scared to talk about sex. I like talking about it because I got Sun conjunction Pluto. That's why I talk about sex all the time and stuff like that and stuff. Because when you got Mars, you got Pluto and Venus, these people don't mind talking about sex, especially those who got the fiery Mars. You got other fire next to it, like the Sun conjunction to it or Jupiter conjunction to it. Or Pluto definitely ain't scared to talk about it because they the master of sex. Some people like Leo, like they ain't scared to talk about it. So when you talking about like wide hips, you talking about Sagittarius, Jupiter energy. They deal with the hips. They got Venus conjunction to Jupiter. Not only would they have wide hips, they were also, or they got Jupiter in the Venus house, Libra or Taurus, the second or seventh house. Then these people, especially women, these women will have fat asses and big wide asses, big wide. So this is why, you know what I'm saying? Because this is that connection. Jupiter spans stuff, it touch. So when Venus with it, expand the love for it. What placement indicate high oral sex drive? Are you talking about Mercury? When you got Mars conjunction Mercury, Pluto, Mercury conjunction to Pluto, because we'll deal with the mouth, Mercury. We'll deal with speaking, Mercury. Also Jupiter. Jupiter, they're gonna do it big, goggle it all down. So Jupiter people, Jupiter conjunction or Jupiter in any of the sexual houses, like second, seventh, eighth, or the first house. Jupiter placement, yeah. Also Mercury, the first house, the second, the seventh, and the eighth house. Yes. You talking about Mercury people, oral. So Pluto in Sagittarius, very powerful vibration right here. Some of you getting turned on already, getting turned on, but especially those who feeling the vibe right now, I understand. I'm turned on already, just thinking about it. Mercury and Taurus, yes, Mercury and Taurus, they can do that too, because Taurus did the voice. They give good oral sex. They give head and stuff. So it's a very powerful placement. When the men got a lot of Venus and Moon in their chart, they can be very gay too. You know, they can be gay with Mars and stuff like that there. But Aquarius placement, they can be gay because Aquarius, lot of Aquarius energy could. Not all. We're not talking about all. We're talking about you will see this a lot in people charts. So the Sagittarius and Aquarius are the most susceptible energy. They sell people. They like to experience things, especially Jupiter and Jupiter like to learn, and Uranus people like to learn and they like to experiment. So these are the people you're talking about. Also Mercury. Mercury is another one like to experiment. We talking about far as being gay. 'Cause Mercury ain't male or female. So that being said, now you understand. So Venus is another placement. We talking about sexual, talking about gay, if they're homosexuals or not. The most solid placements who can stand on what they stand on is Pluto. Pluto and Mars, they can stay, they could be who they be. They could be solid, 100, like 100% man, mess with woman, hectosexual. Mars, hectosexual, like that there. So it's very powerful. So when we talking about sexual energy, definitely talking about Aries. You're talking about Pluto, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, and stuff like that there. The six and nines. Nines are more higher vibration of it than the six. So I seen the video where they had the sixes the most sexual. No, it's nines. Nines. I born on the 9th of October. It's the nines that's the most sexual. Then six. If I would put none better than the other, you know what I'm saying? But both of them numbers are definitely the sexual number, like your 6 9. That's why the moon could be a part of it, because it represents the 6 9, the crab. But that ain't the moon main focus, so that's why I don't add the moon in there. You see, who feel the energy the most? The moon could feel it too, but Mars, the hyper aggressive energy, Pluto, that's very strong, intense, ain't scared of it, who is the sexual energy itself. And Venus, all about love, all about pleasure, want to feel pleasure. So this is why I said them three is the most. I ain't saying the other signs isn't, but Venus, Mars, and Pluto is definitely is the placement you got to look for when you talking about sex. It's the 7th, October the 7th. I see you. So you might be born under the first decan, but you're a Libra, so that means a lot. Second decan Libra, yeah, Uranus, yeah. These people can be, they can be straight or they can be gay, either way. So I born in the second decan Libra, decan Libra, but I'm straight. So, but also you got to realize that Mars is a force that you got to learn to train to deal with. So is Pluto. These are powerful. See, Pluto deal with transformation. You always changing to get better. So Venus is pleasure. So you got to deal with that. And Venus is the good life. If you want to live good, so these people here can make money. Having sex, like you talking about prostitution. You talking the Venus and Mars connection, the Pluto connection. We talking about like for money, have sex for money and stuff like that. It can go just like that. Well, you got Venus effect because it's the good life. They want to live the good life, material things, have things and stuff like that. So this is what we're dealing with right here. But we talking about the most sexual. I name them Venus, Mars, and Pluto. The other ones is temporary, like Neptune and the Sun, because the Sun deal with energy. You know what I'm saying? So we can't leave out the Sun. So I'll say the Sun and Neptune deal with energy too. So it's very spiritual. But that ain't their main focus. You see, that's why because the sun could be used for any place. It's like the jack of all trades. You know what I'm saying? The sun, that's why I said Venus, because what it represents itself, love. Mars is sexual energy itself. Pluto is a sexual energy itself. Venus is love, but it's also sexual. So that's why I said them three planets. But I also give you the numbers that fit that, because Venus represents the number 6. 9 represents Pluto and Mars, you see? So there you have it right there. So I met that's a lot of people you will see online with how number 6 have or 9s have dildos, not dildos. I don't know why they call them dildos, but vibrators, playing with themselves all the time if they don't have a man or a woman in their life. So, so don't let them fool you. But to say Mars conjunct North Node, yes, it's part of you. I see that. I see it. It's very strong, very strong. This don't be no rapists. Y'all be good. Learn how to control yourselves because this place can get very crazy. Look at a lot of people. What y'all got to do is study a lot of people's charts who are child molesters and who rapists, and y'all see why. Study a lot of people's chart who's sexual. Study porn stars charts, so y'all will see who's sexual. Then y'all will see what's up. Just put the study to the test, and then y'all can make a video and say, "Well, King Lit, he's speaking the truth." Or let me add on to his truth, or he's wrong. At the end of the day, I know what I'm talking about. Somebody say view message. This is held for review. I don't know what message they talking about. But I had to share this. Y'all need to share this live. So now y'all know when people feel all horny and have orgasms and all the time why they got a need for sex. These are the placements: Venus, Mars, and Pluto. And if it's connected to the sun, the moon, or Mercury, it make it more intense. So that being said, or if it's in them houses like Pluto in the third house, or Pluto in the fifth house, or Pluto in the fourth house, make it more intense. See, the only thing about the moon, people got to emotionally connect. People who has the moon, they got to connect with you emotionally. So before they mess with anybody, that's a good thing. Because you can't give your energy to anybody, then you wonder why you're feeling bad or you're sick or you're going through it. Because you give your energy to people who have toxic energy, who don't have your best interests. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I learned about sex is that when y'all two forces collide together, y'all connect. Y'all be connected. So you don't give your force to anybody. And that's why those who can give some good dick to women and those women who can fuck a man real good, they have a man drunk, sick, out his pants. So do a woman have a man drunk, and so does a man have a woman drunk. So this is why. And they might be toxic, but it's hard to get away from them because they give them their energy. They connected with them. It's like they connect. They feel connected. So when your mate do something crazy, you look at your mate funny like, dog, I thought you was the one. And you try to get away from your mate, you can't get away from him because you're drunk. You gave your energy away. So you got to be careful who you give your energy to when you like that there. Be careful who you give your energy to because this is more than just sex. It's more than, because it's spiritual too. You got to understand that. Sex is spiritual. Fertility, how you think people came into life, how you think things came into life. So you can't give your energy to anybody. So be aware who you give your energy to. So it ain't for you to run into anybody, let anybody get in your drawers. So listen to me, ladies, and listen to me, men, in the world. He got the best astrologer on earth talking to you, the best numerologist and astrologer on earth talking to you. I say that. I I say it like anybody else say about themselves, but when all being said, break down, I'm one of the best. If not, you ain't gonna get it no realer than this. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you like this. The raw, uncut. So y'all share and like this video. Let it get out there, you know. And we gonna get all type of subjects, you know what I'm saying? Spiritual subjects. The most psychic, going live, you know, talk to you about psychic abilities and gifts, all type of stuff, you know. The warrior. See, I agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. And my email, RAPOWER 19 at gmail.com. .com. Yeah, so it's RAPOWER 19 at gmail.com. All lower letters, all lower letters. So this inbox me. We need to know about, need me to read your chart, or we need to know about anything or something like that. You want to donate, I'm there. Just holler at me. So I just want to get this off my chest. I need to go live more and we do astrology more, talk about more astrology. I'm glad I get this subject off my chest and get this out the way so we can move on to other subjects and topics. And so you can know what to look for in your natal chart. Because some of you, I know y'all going to look for real. Y'all going to study and see who got what got what, and see what is what, why they like this and why they like that. Yeah, so now y'all know. Now y'all know. So RAPOWER 19 at gmail.com. So email me now or email me. Well, thank you to Morrison, Rashonda Morrison. I agree with you. Should I have Venus in the sixth house? Oh, yeah, you have it in the healing house. So just to heal somebody, you feel good to have sex with them. And you got Mars in the ninth house. Mars in the ninth house, Sagittarius house, huh? Very aggressive energy here. So the way you take action is being adventurous. So you try out different people, you try out different people. You try out different people and stuff like that until you experience enough, until you settle down. You keep having fun with your sexual life. That's what you're gonna keep doing. You got Venus in the sixth house. It makes you more careful, more picky who you choose. So very powerful vibration right here. So Venus in the sixth house, the woman you will like is the ones who intelligent, turn you on, who look clean, who look good. Like that would turn you on. You gotta understand that Venus represents the woman and Mars is masculine energy. So you got Mars in the seventh house. So if you're a woman with Mars in the seventh house, the man that turn you on will have the Venus effect. You'll be charming, loving, say the right words, sweep up your feet. Because he got to be the bond to you, probably popular, stuff like that, you know, celebrities, superstars, stuff like that. Because seventh house deal with Libra, Venus effect, intelligence, all you want them to be. Also in your imagination, your fantasy, so it's very powerful. You got Venus in the fifth house. Okay, that's that connection there. So you have sex for fun. You enjoy. If not that, you masturbate for fun and play with yourself all the time. So, because you got Venus in the fifth house, that's hobbies, that's careers. So you have casual sex or dates. So not all people who have Venus in the fifth house would do this, but they be mostly like casual sex or dating or like that. There, have a person who fun loving and joyful. Who happy. So it's a very powerful placement right here. Very powerful. I got Venus in the fourth house. So it deal with emotions. It deal with Cancer, the roots, the culture, the ancestors, emotions. So my moon is in the house that it belong in, the fourth house, Cancer. I'm clairsentient. I got to feel the person out. I don't mess with anybody. Very picky. So that's the thing. Very picky. So that's all that means. Whatever house it in, it'll show you how it operate in that house. I don't know the houses like that yet. It's the same as like knowing the signs. Once you know the signs, it's the area of life that you operate on or you deal with. That's all the houses is. Like the first house, deal with yourself, deal with your personality, deal with your life force, your energy. Second house deals more with your values and your principles, and you manifesting and stuff like that, and work, things like that, or the Taurus nature. The third house deal with communication, your siblings and stuff like that. The fourth house deals with your family, your mother, and the ancestors. The fifth house deals with your father, having fun and stuff like that, enjoy and stuff like that, your hobbies and your creativity. The sixth house deals with healing, how you heal others. It deals with serving others and helping others. The seventh house deals with more about love, beauty, charm, and stuff like that. There, being the counsel, the guide, being the way towards spiritual, uniting people together, socialization. So deal with marriage, partnerships, and stuff like that, and business. Um, Also uniting in all forms, relating to everything and anything in the seventh house. The eighth house deals more with research, breaking the taboos in life, and stuff like that. There, the ninth house. I'm just giving you little shorts. It's more than that. The ninth house is more about knowledge, more about being adventurous, exploring. Uh, justice and the truth. Just like the seventh house about the justice and the truth. The 10th house is more about your careers, your gifts, and your reputation. 11th house is more about your higher mind, your humanitarian mind state, and stuff like that. The 12th house is more about spiritual house, very spiritual, very divine, like the old soul, like you've been here before. So that's basically what it is. Every house represents a part of your body. Like the first house represents your head. It represents your head and your hair. The second house represents your throat and stuff like that. Your third house represents your arms and your hands. The fourth house represents your breast. The fifth house represents your heart and your back, upper back. And the fourth house also represents some of your stomach, part of your stomach. But the sixth house represents your stomach and stuff like that. And the seventh house represents your endocrine, how your energy flow, your kidneys and stuff, how it flow. Part of your kidneys or lungs, and also your buttocks and your lower back. The eighth house represents your sexual glands and stuff like that. The ninth house represents your thighs and stuff like that. And the 10th house represents your joints and your knees. And 11th house represents your legs and your ankles. The 12th house represents your feet and your pineal gland. The ninth house also represents not only your hips, but also your pituitary gland, which is your third eye. So the 12th house represents your pineal gland, which is back at the back of your head, the crown. So they represent more than one, but I'm just giving you an example. And that every astrology sign represents a house. A house is part of who you are, your body, but also it's like a time. It's not a time thing. It's more like a you're going through houses. These are the stages you're going through and stuff like that. So in your life, your rising is Taurus. Mercury conjunction to Mars, very powerful. Mercury conjunction to Mars, good oral head. You're good oral head. Um, if you're a woman, shoot, Mercury conjunction to Mars, they got high sex drive. Yeah, it's fast energy too, so they like it fast. This is the house of seventh house, so they also like it slow. Depends all around. Cause seventh house, Pluto, Sun, Mercury, and Venus, all in the first. That's a very powerful combination there. You the sex goddess. Mm-hmm. Very powerful combination. Sex goddess, the shine, everything. Your mind, power, love, all in one. So you shine. Your aura, you look good and beautiful and everything. That's what that represents. All of that. Um, okay, bet. Somebody say Mars in the seventh house. Yeah, yes, yeah. They're similar. All is similar. Like you say, Mars in the seventh house is like Venus conjunction Mars. They're similar. Yeah, Mars in the seventh house. Yeah, or Mars in the second house because Venus. They're similar. So that's why, like, I got Sun conjunction Pluto, but I also got Pluto in the fifth house. They're similar. Give me the Scorpio like energy. Plus, I got Scorpio in my Libra house. It's at the end of the fifth house. My Libra, I got a stellium in the fifth house, Libra, but I got Scorpio also that's going into my sixth house, but I also got Sagittarius in the sixth house. So, yeah, Scorpio and Libra mixture, part of who I am. So, conjunction is explained as part of you, part of you, who you are. It's part of your energy. Conjunction is very powerful. Out of all planetary aspects, conjunction. Trines is more your gifts. This is what's natural to you. Like, if I got Sun trine Pluto, this would be natural to me, to know the Pluto energy, to carry out the Pluto energy, my gifts, you know, like seeing through people, seeing through things, feeling sexual is natural. Knowing about sex is natural. Being on the topic. Same thing with sex time. If you got Sun square or opposing Pluto, you can be the type that don't want none. You know what I'm saying? You can be the type that or have trouble with that and could be a rapist or child molester, something like that. Or you could die by the hands of relationships. When you got Venus square or opposing Pluto, some of these people would die by a relationship. They die dealing with relationship because it's hard time with relationship. It's opposition, opposing. So that's all that means. Squares is more like it's what you go through, your hard times, until you master it. Some people will never master it. Some people do master it. Same thing with opposition. It's opposing. So love opposing power, So if you could be like not power struck, they could fall for anything, anybody. Somebody could rule over them. You see? So this is how it operates. I'm just giving you an example. So astrology very powerful. Most squares and oppositions. I like the planetary aspects because it's very important. It's very important because I see it like this. Your placements is like when you got like your sun, like I got sun in Libra, moon in Virgo, Cancer rising. I could go down the line. For example, them displacement describing your energy, describing your energy. When you got houses, it describes what areas that your energy is used in, what areas of life that you're operating in, that you're dealing with, what energy you're dealing with in life. Uh, Planetary aspects explain how you move, basically. So that's why conjunctions and trines. Y'all need to find out your conjunction, trines, squares, oppositions. I don't go to the minor aspects like semi conjunction or in conjunction. I don't go to the minor aspect. I go to the five main ones. You know what I'm saying? If you like to, you could go to that. But me, I deal with the five main ones. Conjunction is the most powerful force. Squares is the next powerful. Conjunction number one. Squares is the next powerful. Then your trine, your sextile, and your oppositions. So these are very powerful forces. Like I got Moon square to Neptune. So it ain't for me to hide my emotions, because a lot of people with this placement will hide their emotions. For example, this Aries, you had it right. Yeah, Aries, the sexual queen, or man, sex drive on 10. But with this being said, Mars square to Neptune, they will have a hard time being spiritual. Go through like seeing spirits, hearing voices, mental health, mentally ill till they master it. When they master it, they be very powerful. They be very powerful people. Um, Very psychic, because it's already psychic energy as it is. So I got Moon square Neptune, so I had to master that, which means I had to express my emotions more, and don't be afraid to express my emotions, and bond people through emotions, and that becomes spiritual and sacred. I had to do all that. So that's all squares is like more master what you got to do. The hard times you go through, you don't fight, you don't fought. Now you don't experience it, but it's a limited time, because it represents like Saturn energy, where it's limit, where it will run out, where you become now the teacher. You overcome it. So Aries, I see Miss Mocha say Aries. You had it right. Libido on 10. So you be honing right now. But we don't need no child molesters in here. No child pedophilias in here. Because we number grown people in here. We grown ups. So one thing I was saying, use your energy for the best thing you know. Squares, I challenge this. Once master can be very powerful. Yeah, very powerful. Powerful than what a conjunction can be, because, or trying, because the trying is easy for a person. You know what I'm saying? They use it with no problem. When you go through something, you have more knowledge on something. So that's why squares are very powerful. Like that there. So it's very powerful. So one thing I was telling y'all on here, that the most sexual is Venus, Mars, and Pluto energy. Libra, Taurus, Aries, and Scorpio, the most sexual energy. Not saying the other placement is not, but these are the ones you gonna feel it the most, the vibes, and to use your energy in a proper way. Don't give anybody your energy. If you're feeling this, I feel this energy flow through me all the time. I use it for spiritual purpose, spiritual reasons, spiritual reasons. I'm glad I got Virgo to help me control things. The Earth Virgo, very picky. See, Virgo people, I want y'all to understand about the Virgo people. They very slick. On the low, they super freaks on the low. Virgos, they act professional and all that, professional and all that, and skilled, but they very freak on the low. And they be like, "Don't reveal my secret, King Lit." I just revealed it. Y'all some freaky mother uckers. So Mercury conjunction to Mars, very powerful placement right there. So you got Mars and Virgo, speed it up. Moon and Virgo, um, Venus and Virgo, Pluto in Virgo. Very powerful placement here. What does it mean when your Venus square Lilith, Neptune, and the midheavens? I'll start with Lilith. Lilith is the black moon in your life. It's your hidden self. It's that part of you that it's your darkest side that talk all the trash in the back of the consciousness. It's that side, the most dirtiest side and subconscious, to say this, to say that do his own thing. So when you got Venus connected to that, shoot, these people, since we talking about sexual energy, these people could be very like homosexuals or try all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they can use their power of love, since it's Venus and sex, to control and manipulate people. And because they know that they have the power, because this is Lilith. Lilith is the ego. It's the woman. Her ego is on fire. I know, and she know her skills, what she can do. She going against the grain, So that's why you got Venus here. So you got Neptune. You got Venus squares Neptune. Love is, it could be no love. And I mean, it's you hard time with spiritual love, hard time feeling love, hard time with your psyche. Sometimes love can drive you crazy, or you go through it with love, because you can feel no love. Your midheavens, when you got Venus square midheavens, it's your careers. So you have a hard time Love won't be very good when dealing with your midheaven because you have a very hard time with that. Because this deal with your career, your highest peak. So you can have hard times when dealing with your midheavens. You can't have love and your careers. It might just don't work out because you already got squares there to your midheavens. So your careers it'd be hard for you to accomplish that if you focus on love. You see, Lilith is a rebel. She egotistic. So the way she love gonna be different. She gonna try to manipulate. She gonna use her sexual peak, her sexual powers to do what she want. Stuff like that. There, she knows she can get any man or anybody. She knows she can get. If a man got the placement, he know he can get any woman. So it's vice versa. Cause she's the rebel, she's the ego, and she said I can do it myself. Lilith said I can do it myself. So you got that. That's how she is. You got Lilith and Virgo in 12th house. I got Lilith in the 12th house too. But mine's in Gemini in the 12th house. So when you got Mercury both. My Lilith in Gemini says that the mind games, like I think that nobody can beat me when dealing with the mind. Lilith put that in your head, like, let's play these games. I'm too fast than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm ahead of the game. So when you got Lilith and Virgo, you can think you just the healer, you just it. You can heal everything. You can go against the grain when dealing with rebel against anybody trying to heal you. You can think you the healer. You can see you the source, you the intelligent, you the intellect, you the problem solver like that there. So cause it's Lilith here gonna do what she want. And lit up in the 12th house, deal with spirituality. I got the 12th house too, lit up in the 12th house. So you can go through things that deal with spirituality. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna think you know magic. People with lit up in the 12th house of Pisces gonna think they know magic. Neptune try to put their magic on everybody. They gonna think they know they gonna think they know magic. They gonna be into like all type of stuff. The occult, hitting. I work my magic on you. That they gonna say all the time. Cause in the back of their head, they the source. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can think they the divine, they the source and not the source. You know what I'm saying? So it get crazy like that when you get talking about Lilith. I like the black moon thing because a lot of people it pull out what people be thinking in the back of their in the back of their consciousness. It pull out what people be thinking way deep back there in their head and they bring forward. Little give you the dirtiest mind thinking, dirtiest mindset, but also uh if you change little for the good, it could be very good. You could use it after you master it and know your gifts and your talents. Yeah, y'all should look at my little video, the Black Moon video that I got on this channel. I did them and people love it. They love it. You got Lilith in the 8th house. Oh yeah, you got dirty thoughts. Very powerful. Power is part of you. Magic too, because Scorpio is a sign that love magic. Not only Pisces, but Scorpio more than anybody. And they're not afraid of. That's the difference between Scorpio and Pisces. They're not afraid of stuff. They just do it. And witchcraft and all that there. They into all of that. So we got Moon conjunction Venus. So yes, that's very powerful. You sexy person, very sexy. Your emotions is what's love to you. So when somebody get emotion in tune with you as a friend or whatever, you might give up the nookie. Today is my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Rebecca Towns. Happy birthday, Rebecca Towns. Happy solo return, Rebecca. So I'm gonna be like the YouTubers, share like and what they say, share like and comment. Y'all already commenting, but share like and problem is my Saturn is also in the 12th house. Oh, that's discipline there. That's a hard time in the 12th house. You go through a lot dealing with spiritual things. I'm really hard headed in spiritual things. Yes, I can see that. Very stubborn. Nobody play at your spirituality, tell you what you believe in. You be chopping down them religious people all day, talking your ish. Just don't give them a hard time. Learn to accept them. for who they are. You be good. You probably done overcame it already. Because after you go through the hard time, you overcome it sooner or later. 70 years old today? Wow, that's powerful. Yeah, gratitude to you for real. 70 years old. I see that 7 energy vortex with the 0. That add more power to the 7. So this spiritual vibration, that let me know I'm on. But we talking about Rebecca Towns. See, Aries and Jupiter conjunction to Saturn. Aries and Jupiter, very powerful, going to Spain. Yes, I stopped that years ago. Okay, that's what's up. Oshun, that's Oshun Tola, Shun Tola, the Arisa Shun. I went to the Netaru. They are cousin, the Shuns. Happy birthday. Netaru, like Haru, my aunt. Shun, like Shango. I understand all that. My cousins. Surprise birthday party. Oh, okay. That's what's up. Happy Earth Day. Happy Heaven Day. Happy 7 Day. See, you said it right. Yes. Yes, so this is very powerful vibration. It's gonna be too sexual. Do you use sidereal? I like tropical. But if you like sidereal, that's cool. I just do tropical. Which one do you think is more accurate for you? For me, tropical. Because I'm in the Western Hemisphere over here. So if I was over there in Africa, I'd probably use sidereal, or I was over there in Asia. You cried? Oh, I know that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's spiritual too. Transmute that cry. That's what you did. It changed to beauty, love, peace, and joy. That's gratitude for real. But we talking about the most sexual. I know Rebecca Towns. I don't know if she's still up on that. I go back and forth between the two because they both resonate. Okay. Whatever floats your boat. That's what I say. I say none is wrong. I just like to use tropical. Cause we in this hemisphere right here. So I mean in the Western world. Yeah. Either one. But I like numbers too. Numerology. Because like if I know your attitude number, I know how you would act in front of me. If I know like the day you're born on, I know your inner self. And I know your life path, I know your journey. But numerology, I just bust down like the 9s, the 6s, the sexual numbers, 9 and 6. Me too. I love numerology. That's right, Miss Mocha. Your numbers, shapes. Yeah, palmetry too. I should have that on my channel, palmetry. I try to do it all. I got to do the feats now. I ain't did that yet, but I've been studying it. I got fire hands. Fire hands. So yes, I watched them. Oh, thank you, Miss Mocha. You a supporter. Yes, that's what it's for. It's for people to get this knowledge and for y'all to create your own channels or use it in your life, or some of you like it for entertainment and it's excite you. It's cool. However you use it, I just give all honor to the universe, to the divine, the ancestors. Of course, my spirit included, but all honor to the ancestors. Ashe, I see it. Ashe. Okay, I think I'm about to get up out this live. I had fun on here with y'all. We talking about this energy, vortexes, So if you got like a Aries rising, if you got like a Jupiter, not Jupiter, Jupiter in Aries in the first house, or you got your Mars in the first house, Pluto in the first house, Venus in the first house, just definitely you on that vibration. What I'm speaking on, what this video is about. So if you got an Aries rising, Scorpio rising, Libra rising, Taurus rising, then this can be you. Leo can go there too. That's if they want to, because they deal with energy. So I say Leo and Neptune or Pisces would be like the next thing. But we talk the most. So that's if that's their focus. And Leo is a creative energy, one of the most creative. So we're gonna talk about make videos like this about what's the most creative and all that. It'll be between Leo and Neptune. I'm gonna do a video on that too. So the more I keep topics in my head, the more videos I can do and go live with to talk to you beautiful people. Scorpio rise. I understand sexual energy, sexual healing. So Scorpio also heal through sex. They are healers, so you got to understand that too. So Virgos, with the right combination with Virgos have, they can be healers too, sexual healers. Sure do. That's what's up. But I'm out of here. I'm gonna put my email on my page again. It should be, or in the community section on my page. And if y'all want to, y'all can email me. And it's cool. You got Leo rising. That's what's up. I got Cancer rising with Jupiter and Cancer in the first house. Jupiter connected to my Cancer. Conjunction. Jupiter conjunction to my rising sign. So that's why I got big emotions. I get very hyper. Jupiter in the first house. Happy energy. The hyper energy. The excitement energy. The big energy. The exploring energy. So with it being said, beautiful people, it's I love you. This would it be. Ashe.